Have you ever hunted through thousands of Instagram growth strategies only to find them saying that create better content? Yeah, I know I'm supposed to create better content, but how do I get my good content out there, even given that I am creating it? So, if you're one of those people who have been trying really hard and trying multiple strategies to grow this year in Instagram, you're in the right place. Today, we'll be counting down a few strategies that I have tried over the past few months and have instantly helped my Instagram account grow to double the size in a matter of days.
Darling, you send me. I know you send me. Darling, you.
Welcome back to the places you'll fly, and today we'll be talking about growth strategies for Instagram. Instagram has been completely changing and continuously updating their algorithm, and one of the biggest issues with Instagram is that a lot of people start following you in the same niche with an expectation that you'll follow them back, and they just unfollow you immediately after. These tips and tricks or hacks, whichever way you want to call it, would help you get organic followers who actually love your content. Stay till the end of the video to get some bonus tips from me and my observations having grown my Instagram account over the few months. The number one hack or tip that worked for me is something I heard from Natalie Ellis, who is an Instagram guru, complete Instagram guru. So, what she says is that we should select 10 influencers in our niche and select 10 of their posts which went viral for them and find out what worked and what didn't work. In the very beginning, what you can do about it is that you can just select 10 of their posts. So 10 influencers and 10 of their viral posts would give you 100 posts to select from. So that's huge. 100 posts ready made for you is a huge deal. From there, you can select their posts, see and decide what might work with your audience and just repost them. You don't have to create something like that, you just have to repost them. To know how to repost quickly and to see how I repost on my account, you can go back to the link in the description. It'll take you to my new blog post about the same, and underneath there you'll have the app that I use and a video which will show you how to do it. This tip changed my life, though I think I used this tip a little differently. There was a lot of viral content that I did not connect to from those influencers, and there was a lot of viral content that I didn't think that my followers would want to see either. And so it took me a lot of time to try and find out posts from their accounts that would work for me. Instead, when I want to post something, I just go search for that topic, and in that topic I look for content that I like and also seem to have gone viral, and I repost those. Now what I do is, when I simply am going through my feed, I just save the posts that I really like, are related to my content, and I think would do well with my followers. This brings me to consistency. My last tip helped me become consistent, and this was very important because I realized the moment I became consistent, there was a lot of interaction with my content. Newer and newer people were following my post, even though I have had posts previously which had amazing reach. I had posts which had over 1700 reach for one post and over 900 to 1000 reach for multiple posts in a particular week. I felt like when I was not being consistent, I was not giving a right idea to my target audience about my content, and somehow when I started becoming consistent, more and more of my target audience started interacting with my content. Let's talk about the third point, and something everybody is crazy about: hashtags. I heard of this tip from Vanessa Lau and it works amazingly. She basically suggests us to use hashtags which are not very large. The hashtag should have about 10 to 50,000 hashtags. So what that does is, because it's not extremely popular hashtag, your own content does not get drowned in a huge wave of new posts. So I have done that. I have sometimes used really popular hashtags, and within minutes my post is way down in the hashtag feed. Nobody's even gonna see it because continuously every second some new post is rolling out with that hashtag in it. But when you use something which is in the smaller thousands, sometimes I use only a few thousands, like 2000, 3000 hashtags, and trust me, those posts work amazingly. Let's talk about the fourth tip: Now, this tip is also something I learned from Vanessa Lau, and she tells us to not create just aesthetic or eye catchy content, but to create something that is savable and shareable. And trust me, this again has changed how I think. One of the main reasons why this is important is that Instagram is now playing with the idea of removing like button completely. If Instagram removes the like feature, then the save feature would potentially be one of the biggest growth metrics for your account. I'm a blogger and I have always struggled with trying to create posts which were related to my blog, and I went through Vanessa Lau's feed after I saw this, and I realized you don't have to add your own pictures or something related to your blog particularly, but just like say your YouTube banner, you can create a post which has text on it and pictures on it which can be shareable. Again, if your post has useful content that your followers would want to come back to, then they will save your content. Now, here are some of the things that did not work for me. One of the things that did not work for me is the idea that you need to have a very specific aesthetic for your Instagram feed. What does work for me is catchy posts. So I have colorful and catchy posts which is getting the message of my new blog post across. So the theme of my blog posts and the theme of my entire website is peppy and colorful, and that's what I try to keep in my posts as well. I have tried those things, but they weren't working for me. They were eating tons of my time trying to set up those posts in a particular format to make it look good. If you go to my Instagram account and you go lower, you'll see that I have tried a 9 grid, a 6 grid, a 3 grid system. But honestly, if like me, you have a full-time job and you're writing a blog or you're doing something else and you don't have a lot of time for Instagram, then this is extremely time taking, because it works for the people who are planning their posts weeks in advance or months in advance. So it doesn't work for me. It might work for you, and it will obviously work for a lot of Instagrammers whose niche have a lot to do with aesthetics, say a beauty blog or a home decor blog, or they're selling something on Instagram. The second and a very popular tip that I have heard so very often is that the timing of your post matters. Now, I sort of agree to that, because if you time your post correctly, but if you don't have good hashtags, if you don't have good content, and if you don't have a catchy picture, then nobody is going to see your feed. If you think your post can definitely hook audiences, then yes, timing can help. And now that you've stayed till the end, I'll give you some observational tips that I have noticed. Here are some really tiny tips and things you can be careful of, which would just make it a little bit more easier for people to interact with your content. One of the things that you could do is to leave your handle in your post. So while people are reading your post and you're talking about link in the bio, you could just leave your handle after that, because it just makes it easier for people to click it there. One of the things that really works, because that logic is really airtight, is that before you post, you go to your own home feed, and from there you start liking and interacting some of the other posts. So what's important about this is that the people who have just posted and the posts you're interacting with are currently online, and once you put up your post, the chances that they will interact with your post because you have just interacted with their post is quite high. The fact that they're already online also increases your chances a lot. There are two types of posts that really work. One is having videos, and two, having carousels. Primarily because obviously a video is much catchier and it engages somebody immediately instead of just a photograph. And secondly, in case of a carousel, it's because each day one of the pictures in your carousel would be shown to your viewers or shown to your audience. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, click the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to be notified of my posts. Currently, I'm following Natalie Ellis's 10-day strategy of growing your Instagram account, and I'll get back to you with a new video about that. So subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified. Bye. See ya.